Will Miller.
Good evening, good evening, Council. I actually wanted to make sure that the council was aware that we, as a group of Republicans, are totally in support of the growth of the city of Gary. And I actually am coming in support of probably the most intense and beneficial bipartisan approach to board processing. We've got some talent, and I just wanted to thank you all for opening doors and setting up an environment where we can really team up and work together as a city of Gary. As we've heard a lot of naysayers come against our city, against our mayor, and with the current situations versus really analyzing situations. We wanted to voice support, and at this time, I actually already serve on 2 boards, and I wanted to continue to do that, but yet your support and let you know that's what we're doing as probably the most influential bipartisan group coming here to support the growth of the city of Gary, Indiana. And thank you.
Thomas Olson.
Press this button, hold it. Ah, there we go. All right. Thank you. As far as the first question is concerned, I have served at my church for 20 years as a board of deacons, but I've never served in this capacity like this. I do believe that I'm highly qualified for these seats. I have the Redevelopment Commission and the Economic Development. Because of my deep proven track record in business and my commitment to the city of Gary, Indiana, I've been a business owner for over 30 years, during which time I've employed hundreds of people as employees and hundreds of people as contractors. I've raised over $50 million in private capital, and more importantly, I have paid back over $50 million in private capital. I'm a licensed contractor. We have rehabbed over 1,000 homes in our career, and I've also built new construction homes as well. We own a property management company, an investment firm, and a lending company, and I've chosen to put all of these companies here in Gary, Indiana. I believe and I understand what it takes to build, grow, and sustain successful ventures, and I want to bring that same entrepreneurial spirit and practical experience to help shape Gary's future. I also have a national network of investors and professionals that are ready to bring resources here into Gary, Indiana, which in my opinion has incredible potential. And I want to be a part of unlocking that, not just in theory, but in real measurable results. It is truly my dream to see that Gary, Indiana become a place that people move to, not away from, a place where families settle, businesses thrive, and economic opportunity is everywhere. I want to see Gary become the premier destination for Northwest Indiana to live, invest, and transact. I'm known for doing what I say I'm going to do, and I want to bring a common sense, results-driven mindset to the table, focusing on what we can do right now to move this city forward. And as the mayor recently stated, I'm not interested in having a seat at the table. I'm interested in building the table and asking other people to participate in the opportunity that is Gary, Indiana. I understand that there are other qualified candidates seeking nomination for these positions, and I respect the process and choices must be made. I ultimately leave this decision in God's hands and trusting that the right people will be placed in the right seat. That said, whether I am nominated or not, please know that my heart is still fully committed to the success of Gary, Indiana, and I would be honored to serve in any capacity, formally or informally. And I'm more than willing to offer my services as a consultant, a strategic thinker, to help this city move forward. It's not all about a title for me. It's about a genuine desire to see Gary become a place where people and businesses choose to come, stay, and thrive.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Olson? Councilman Tolliver?
I would just like to say, Mr. Olson, thank you for your allegiance to Gary. Thank you for bringing businesses to Gary and believing in Gary. That means a lot. And we will take this into true consideration, honestly. And that was a very, very strong push. So, again, thank you for your commitment to Gary.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Raymond Davis.
Good evening, Council. My name is Raymond Davis. As a lifelong resident of the 2nd District, I've witnessed both the challenges here and the tremendous potential that exists within our community. I have over 24 years of experience in workforce development, community leadership, and strategic planning. I am prepared to actively contribute to the city's revitalization efforts. My passion is to serve all citizens of Gary and all the residents, from our youngest citizens whose dreams must be nurtured to our most seasoned neighbors whose legacies we must honor. I believe in a future where Gary is recognized not only for its rich history, but for its bold, innovative economic growth and vibrant neighborhoods, which we'll bring back. Whether it's through the Redevelopment Commission, the Transportation Board, the Police or Fire Boards, or even the School Board, I am ready to serve with integrity, purpose, and a deep love for this city we all call home. I'd like to add that I know it's kind of weird to kind of apply for many different positions at the same time, but I would just like to say that the reason I do that, please receive that as an eagerness to serve, not an indecision of what way to serve. So thank you. I'm ready to serve in any of those areas if I'm given the opportunity. As far as have I served on boards, I have. I'm a founding board member for Theo Bowman Leadership Academy, and I did that as well as church and civic boards. And in the past, I've served on boards for my fraternity, which is Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, as well as other boards within the community with my church at the time, Berean Fellowship Baptist Church, and currently I am the founding pastor of Ambition Towards Peace Ministries here in Gary.
Thank you. Any questions?
I appreciate your enthusiasm. If you could pick a board that you would want to be a part of, which one would it be?
I have given this a lot of thought. Redevelopment is definitely important. I think right now, given certain things in my consideration, I would put the fire board up there as one of my top picks because I understand like the hiring practices that go into that policy, procedure, and then when you're dealing with disciplinary actions and things of that sort, to make sure that it's fair and equitable for the entire police department, those that are new to the police department, as well as those seasoned and veteran employees that have been part of the, for the fire department for many years.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
How y'all doing, Council? My name is Eric Baker. I'm looking to go for the fire and the police board. I do not currently serve on any board. I have served on one when I was in Job Corps in Dayton, Ohio. I was a student government association. We had to serve the students. I also served as like a dorm officer out there in Job Corps. And I also have a criminal justice degree. I feel that me going for more so the Police Civil Service Commission, I can help address things like the shortages that they have, the officers that they lack, and just bring new ideas, new things to the department that will hopefully make it better, and bring more officers in. And if I'm ever on the fire commission board, I've done locksmith. I'm a fire door inspector, certified fire door inspector for Aloha. I'm working at serving on a board as well. So that's something I'm looking to do. That's a little bit about me, and hopefully you all consider me for the police and fire commission. Any questions?
So you also have police?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I got
so we
the
cover
police
police
and
and fire.
the police and the fire for the criminal justice degree.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Baker? No? You do? Okay.
You told me that you would be able to bring in new police officers and new firemen. How would you be able to do that? Because it's not the problem with us bringing them in, but just to keep them. after
Right.
they do finish the academy and whatnot. So how would you propose them to be able to stay?
To stay.
Yeah.
So that's something I want to look into, like getting in the field, asking questions, finding out what's the problems. Like, it's got to be a reason that somebody's leaving, and if nobody's looking into that, nobody's asking questions, then you'll never know. So my thing would be, I would go out there, I would ask questions, ask them before they leave, like, hey, what's going on? What is it you feel that needs to be addressed? What's the problem? And then try to find ways to address that for future candidates.
Well, I would just tell you one of the big reasons why they don't stay is because of the pay amount. So
I've heard
we
of
would
that
have
before.
right, so we have to be honest with that situation. So we have to be more have a more thoughtful process to see if we can make the experience better. But whatever.
Will Miller, our last person is Sharon Levels.
Good evening, council members. As you know, I am your current Republican representative for the Gary Public Transportation Board. I currently serve and have served for a couple of terms, and it is a joy. It is a passion of mine at this point. I tend to focus on the people and the HR piece. As you heard, Manuel focuses on the finances. And we have implemented HR policies and programs that have saved thousands of dollars in terms of processes. We have brought on a executive director who has come into the community in ways that has now brought in the matching dollars that we need. We had, as you know, the history of GPTC, we had trouble getting matching dollars. And so with the administration we have now, the county and the art, people are giving us the money. We just got a grant from Legacy because we need the match. We have money, but we don't have the match. And our credibility, our ridership is up, and all of that is coming together in a way that we now are able to move and go across the county to be, as Mr. Manuel said, the premier county from county line to county line transportation. Our paratransit is up. We now have Greyhound coming into our terminal, and part of that is due to it being recognized and not being torn down. And I was instrumental in that because of the historic nature of that building. That building is the only place where a African-American mayor, African-American council, African-American architect, and all put that building together. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world in that way. And then we have the two Richard Hunt sculptures. And so the South Bend redevelopment, they were looking at tearing the building down. Now it's going to be a museum and a cultural icon in the city. So all of that is a part of what we have done in those ways. So I would love to continue the work. We are moving forward. Hard Rock is looking at us. We are talking to the other cities and getting more money from them because they want our transportation. The college campuses want us coming. The electric buses are there now. We now have a new fare system, electronic fare system. All of the technology is coming, and we're putting those things in places, and that is a result of the board that we have in place now and the decisions that we're able to make now because of the leadership. And I've been a part of all of that, and I'd love to continue that. As you know, I'm a transplant from Indianapolis, and so it has become just a love to see the culture change in the garage, to see the people work together differently, and to see everyone come together. So there's a wide future. Everything is bright. Things are beginning to work and come together, especially in these last 4 years. The growth and everything that is happening is just wonderful to see. So thank you for the opportunity to serve as I've already served, and I would love to continue if that's your desire. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Levels. Any questions for her?
I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment. I have noticed the progress that has been made with GPTC. I'm very proud of you guys. You have done many things for the bus transportation in the city, And I'm very proud of you guys, and I just want to say that.
Thank you.
Preston Ruby. Okay.
How you folks doing? So you had a few questions. One of them, have I ever served on a board? I've actually served on a few committees, not currently serving on any boards now. The closest thing to it, I do currently serve as the PR director for the Gary, Indiana Republican Party. I work directly with their board there. I'm interested in serving Gary because, like our friend Tom Olson here, I've gotten a lot of my success in this city. I didn't grow up here, but I moved here very early in my adulthood. I opened up a security company here, and I did very well with that. I met my wife here. I own Extreme Logistics, which I operate out of Gary, Indiana as well. And while we're doing very well in my household, there are a lot of people that are not doing so well. And many of these people are very, very dependent on our transportation system to be working correctly. I am qualified with a long history in the logistics field, mostly in the private sector, but some in the public as well. It's not on my resume because it's very old experience, but I did work with the Indiana Department of Transportation. I have worked in the logistics field as a driver, as a safety manager, as an HR manager, and I specialized in recruiting and retention. Extreme Logistics currently does that now. I understand that the GPTC is having a hard time getting drivers, retaining them, maintaining equipment and things like that, all things which I specialize in. I definitely could help the city deliver on hiring more drivers and retaining them. I do have strategies for that in place that I currently use. As far as other experience outside of logistics that I believe would be helpful, I have worked in automotive finance. So deals made on financing buses and other equipment, things like that, I could definitely look into and improve those situations. I've worked in the insurance field as well, so I know that that's a huge part of the expense and could possibly be worked on. I've worked in negotiations and closings. I've worked in claims, so any type of accidents that the buses get into, I have experience in insurance claims with logistics, as well as accident management and investigations.
Any questions for Mr. Ruby? No. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, Council. Ms. Linda Barnes Caldwell. You know my last name is Ursary, but I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Ursary.
Thank you very much. Happy to see your smiling face tonight. You know, in lieu of what happened last week. I know you love me still, so it's all good. I'm applying for the school board, and the reason, my why, I'm a current employee of the public school district, and I understand the importance of this board as it pertains to education, character development, and overall health and safety of our Gary students while in school. As a father of 2 elementary school-age boys who attend school in Gary, I regularly look at their school curriculum and compare it with the curriculum of the school district I work in. As a family and community engagement specialist in a public school, I communicate with parents daily, understand what they are looking for when determining where to send their children. If appointed to this board, I will commit to using all the skills I have acquired over my lifetime and professional career to ensure a quality education for not only my children, but also every other child in the city. So that's what I wrote down. And Dr. White had talked about trade schools. I'm in agreement about trade schools. One of my visions is to make Gary have the best trade school program in America. Another vision that I think is needed is an abstinence and marriage course. Not abstinence in marriage, but abstinence and marriage. So we can nip it in the bud and teach children they can save themselves from marriage and the importance of marriage in our community. I want to implement a martial arts program for all the schools and an entrepreneurship class and financial literacy for all the schools as a requirement. civics class and citizenship class, we should all know the Constitution and what it says in it, and know our responsibilities and our privileges as American citizens. And as an elective, I would like to implement a Bible class, because I know the word says, fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. I believe that the Bible is our founding document. Besides the Constitution in this country, I believe when we had it in schools, we were doing a lot better, and I believe we need to put it back in schools, and we don't have to force anybody, but as an elective, so people can understand the Bible not only in the spiritual sense, but in a historical sense as well. So that is why I think I'll be a good candidate for the school board. And also, I do serve on 2 additional boards. I serve on the Lake County Right to Life Board, and then I'm the chairman of the Gary Republican Party. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay.
So you said that you look at the curriculum of your students and well, I'll ask you this first. What school does your children attend in Gary?
My children attend Ambassador Christian Academy.
Okay. So you look at the curriculum that they have compared to the Gary Community School Corporation, and you try to base that off of that factor?
No, I look at their curriculum based on Maryville Community School Corporation. That's the school corporation I work in.
Okay. All right. So are you aware of the test scores for the Gary Community School Corporation at this time?
The test scores, no, I'm not aware.
Okay. All right. And then my next question is, how would you be able to make sure that we can retain certified teachers and make sure that the Gary Community School Corporation is appeasing to the teachers outside of this community with credentials so that our students can have the best teachers available?
I would say I would like to consolidate all the elementary schools, or most of them, to 1 or 2 elementary schools, so we could cut down and bring everybody together. And of course, we have Westside High School, but my vision is to consolidate most of these schools and then bring into one central location so that we can have the amount of students that we need to cover the teacher salaries and other things like that. So that's my plan, is to consolidate and bring it all in.
All right, but realistically, how can we do it though? Because we know that's probably not going to be able to happen. So realistically, how will we be able to retain those teachers? Because we know that that's just not going to happen at this point in time. But we want to make sure that Gary Community School Corporation is competitive. So how can we get those certified teachers to come and we can retain them, whether we're doing stipends for attendance or we're doing stipends for test scores? How would you be able to implement that?
Okay. You said realistically?
Yeah, realistically, because we're not going to be able to consolidate that quick.
Okay, higher pay, of course. But,
Right.
Another thing, we could bring back paddling in the schools, because these kids are bad, and these teachers are leaving because these kids have behavioral problems, and some of them just need a whooping. So if you bring back paddling in the schools, then we'll get the teachers to want to stay in the classrooms, because we will have so many disruptions that the kids can't learn, because the main problem with the school district, I'm talking about any urban school, when it's a problem, it's because of behavior, because teachers are using so much time to deal with behaviors. There's a lot of people in class, a lot of kids in class, and the teachers are raising the kids instead of the parents raising the kids. So if you bring back paddling and they have some kind of parent association with misbehaving in class, then we got to keep the teachers, and then everybody be happy.
Okay, so as an educator, Mr. Ursary, I don't like to call ourselves as an urban school. Okay. I like to see us as just a school corporation. 2, I've learned as an educator that's been in the classroom, it's not that our children are bad, they just have to be instructed a certain way. And in those 8 hours, that's how I know it starts at home, but we can help teach them because we're with them most of the part of the day. If we teach our children how to act and show them the way, they'll be fine. You can also just talk to them in a regular voice. We don't have to beat on our children. They're able to understand things once we let them know exactly what we need. But thank you so much. I appreciate you.
That's why I said the martial arts program. And then I understand what you're saying, but some of them do need a whooping. Thank you.
Thank you.